Hi everyone, today we'll be talking about the Ocean framework developed by Port and its software catalog extensibility layer. Ocean is an open source extensibility framework for Port. Ocean is meant to make it easy to connect Port with your existing infrastructure and third-party tools. Ocean does that by providing a streamlined interface to interact with Port, including abstractions and functionality that is required to interact with Port's REST API. We understand that the best way to get information from your favorite tools is with a convenient integration. So the Ocean framework aims to do exactly that. Provide you with the integrations and make it as simple as possible to write new ones for your favorite tools. A developer portal is only as powerful as the data that you bring into it for context, display, and search. And Ocean makes that process as easy as it gets. Ocean abstracts and streamlines the development of new catalog integrations for Port by providing a variety of features such as resource mapping, syncing entity states, listening to events from Port and the third-party system, configuration validation, and so much more. Using Ocean, developing a new integration for Port only requires coding the logic that queries the third-party system for information. Ocean itself already provides all of the necessary interfaces to take that information from the third party and bring it into Port in a steady and stable manner, and also do things such as sync the entity states, so understanding the changes that occurred in the third party and displaying them correctly inside Port. You can read more about all of these features at ocean.getport.io. Let's take a look at the resource mapping feature provided by Ocean. The resource mapping is the way that you get information from the third-party system and tell the integration how to map it into your specific blueprint and entities inside Port. The first part is the resources object, which defines how you map different sets of objects supported by the integration. The second part is the kind. With the kind, you specify exactly how to relate to each different kind provided by the integration. In the example here, we can see the project kind provided by the Jira Ocean integration. The selector and query section allows you to filter objects received from the third party, so you can streamline the exact information that gets ingested into Port. And the mapping data is actually how you map information from the response received from the third party into your favorite Port entities. So for example, here you can see how we map the identifier, the title, we specify the exact blueprint that we want, and so on. And we can do this process by leveraging JQ, which if you're using Port for a while, you're probably already familiar with. Now, Ocean provides a variety of integrations, and new integrations are constantly added by Port and the community. Again, Ocean is completely open source, so you can always check out the source code and also contribute whatever integration that you feel might be required. To see the list of available integration, you can check out Port's UI or browse the Ocean repository at github.com/portlabs/ocean. Now, how do you actually deploy an Ocean integration? So all integrations are packaged into a container image, so deployment is flexible and can fit your environment and CI/CD process. Ocean already provides out-of-the-box documentation to deploy integrations using Helm and Terraform, with additional guides coming soon. How does an Ocean deployment actually look? So in this example, this is the code required to deploy Ocean's Jira integration with Helm. So what you can see here is actually taking the repository and getting the Helm chart, specifying the specific Helm chart that we want to get, specifying the Port credentials that are required to bring information into Port, and the integration identifier for easy discerning inside Port, the listener type to understand, to let the integration know how will it receive requests for resync operations or how it will receive updated mappings, and also all of the specific integration parameters. For example, in the case of the Jira integration, we need to provide the Jira host, the Atlassian user email, the Atlassian user token, and so on, in order to authenticate with Jira. Now it's time for a demo. In here, we have the Port environment with basic data model, some blueprints, and information. What I want to do now is start using the Jira Ocean integration. So I'm going to go to the ingest your data model. I'm gonna scroll down to the section for project management and select the Jira integration, which we can see is powered by Ocean here. Now it's going to show me the installation command if I want to install the integration using Helm. And it also includes some placeholders for the different parameters that I need to input in order to get started with the integration. Now I already have the command pre-prepared, so I'm just going to run it in my terminal. And we're gonna give it just a second until it starts installing. And then we're going to take a look at the logs. So I'm gonna bring the terminal right now. Just give me one moment. There we go. And what we can see here is that we can see that the integration is starting to set up. The blueprints become pre-packaged with the integration. We can also see it starting to work with the pre-packaged mapping, which again, you can always change and modify to your liking. And we can see that it's already starting to bring in some entities. So right now we can see that it's querying issue entities from Jira and starting to bring them into the portal. You can always check out the logs to see progress or if there are any issues. But in the meantime, while it's working on that, if we go back and look inside port, first of all, we can see that the window has updated because it now realizes that the integration has been installed. And we can also see here the resource mapping configuration that the integration has started with. Now, we can also see that we have some integrations here, or some blueprints, sorry, for Jira issue and Jira project. And if we go into the catalog and look at the Jira issues, then we can already start seeing some issues popping up and also all of the information brought in from Jira. So the status, the type of the issue, the assignee, the project, the parent issue. So we can even see the Ocean parent issue or Epic in here. And we can also see the project. So this is all part of the port project, and in the related entities tab, we can see all of the Jira issues under that project. But we can also bring all of the other projects and see any other issues that might happen under those projects. So this is just a small taste of how an Ocean integration deployment looks. Again, this is for a ready integration that has already been developed. It already supports resource mapping, and it comes out of the box with blueprints and with a mapping to just get you started very quickly and start bringing information from Jira into your software catalog. And this is the same for any other integration. And I highly suggest checking out the different integrations in our integration library. And if you don't see the specific tool that you require, feel free to develop that integration yourself or let the port team know in the port community. And we'll be happy to help you develop that integration and get you started with port. For thorough reading, I suggest checking out Ocean's documentation. It explains a lot more about the different features and dive deeper into all of Ocean's capabilities. You can check out Ocean's project open source repo. You can always take a look at the code, see how it's working, see how do the internals look. And you should check out the integrations library to see if the favorite tool that you're using today already has an integration, or maybe it's a sign that you need to develop that and contribute it back to the Ocean community. Thank you guys so much for watching.